I think that to become a painter, you have to be born with a gift. Nobody wanted me to study painting. They definitely didn't want me to be a painter. Since I was born in a small town, I had to run away. I was 15 years old. In those times, there were no roads to Lima. I had to walk for around 20 days. Something like that. I walked by the mountains. I slept in the parks, by the woods. The nights were so dark that I had to use a stick and walk blindly, exposing myself to be bitten by a snake. It was dangerous, but I was so young, a boy. At that age, one is fearless. One looks more for adventure. When I arrived in Lima, I had my feet full of blisters, my feet all filthy. The first night, I arrived to Plaza San Martin, and I stopped to observe it, and I asked where was the Magdalena neighborhood, where my mother is. And from there I walked to Magdalena, without knowing the place, asking. Having already walked for so long, it seemed like a very short walk to go from Plaza San Martin to Magdalena. There was a great happiness for my mother that I was there, and from there I didn't go back to Tarapoto for some time. I wanted to be a painter, but nobody would provide moral support. Everybody said it was a starving career, until I read an article of a writer that I think he said, "There is nothing like the artist's life. It is a life not like the others, those who have a job. You have total freedom." That encouraged me. And I registered at the School of Fine Arts. And I always had the ideal to be a rambling painter, a painter without a harbor, a painter that has no place to anchor. I've always liked that kind of life. And I think that I still live like that, but a little quieter. I think all my life has been traveling. All my life has been to walk and paint, because I like landscape. I like new things. I've walked a lot. I've slept on the grass. I've slept in hotels. I've mostly had a very busy path. I've been in the USA, Costa Rica, also in Europe, Germany, Italy, France, Spain. I like Brazil a lot too. I love the Amazon rainforest. I am 49 years old, and I ran away from home at 15. And from then on, my life has not been a very stable one. I had made a show. I had sold the first show to Cosmos. I was lucky to be portrayed in the newspapers. With that clipping, I went to my father's, who was very happy about it. And well, he changed his concept about the artist. From that moment on, he had a very different way of thinking about artists. I'd supposedly succeeded as a painter because I could make my living from what I was doing, being still a student, because as soon as I finished my studies, I made my show and was so lucky that I could sell almost all my pictures, and that was a great satisfaction for my father. It changed our friendship, and we are friends. As a student, I liked attraction very much. Then I realized that it was not fulfilling my satisfactions. Then I started to be more realistic. I started to see more the reality. We could call it a creative process, the objective reproduction, because I love things around me. There is nothing that I think in my paintings, something that doesn't belong in this planet. Always I think that in each painting one leaves a part of oneself, an inner part. It sometimes we could say is a transmutation of the subjective to the objective. I think a painter's mission is that, to transmit beauty, transmit happiness. The technique is the same. It doesn't get anything. It simply changes the image. Technique is always, I use a spatula, thick paint, quick painting. In the times among the isms, it can be placed among impressionism. But as I say again, I don't. When I paint, I don't try to be into any ism. I just paint because I just paint. What I also look for is strong contrast. As you can see here in this work, there are always contrasts, lights and darks. All colors are beautiful by themselves. All colors are wonderful. They have their own intrinsic value, but I take them according to the moment, according to the theme I'm going to paint. I can say for this theme I will use grays. With this theme I will work with higher hues, and all depends on the motive that comes up. I don't know in what stage of my life I am, because in life I can't know about tomorrow, only today. And as a painter, I just continue to paint what I like to paint. I mean, I don't try to change a painting because a given style is in fashion. I simply continue to do what I like to do, and I don't worry too much about that or about my achievements or what I'm going to achieve. I just worry about painting, and sometimes I don't even paint. There are times that I just take time to contemplate, to sit down, to look around, go to the river, take a swim. To paint nature, I think, is what I like the most. Nature in its pure essence, trees, rivers, reflections. I think that is a more mystical thing, of easier comprehension and contemplation, and I think that is the best tribute from me to life and death. That is what I like to paint the most.